They are happy whose life is blameless, who follow God's law. They are happy those who do his will, seeking him with all their hearts, who never do anything evil, but walk in his ways. You have laid down your precepts to be obeyed with care. May my footsteps be firm to obey your statutes. Then I shall not be put to shame, as I heed your commands. I will thank you with an upright heart, as I learn your decrees. I will obey your statutes, do not forsake me. How shall the young remain sinless? By obeying your word. I have sought you with all my heart. Let me not stray from your commands. I treasure your promise in my heart, lest I sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my tongue I have recounted the decrees of your lips. I rejoiced to do your will, as though all riches were mine. I will ponder all your precepts and consider your paths. I take delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Bless your servant, and I shall live, and obey your word. Open my eyes that I may consider the wonders of your law. I am a pilgrim on the earth. Show me your commands. My soul is ever consumed in longing for your decrees. You threaten the proud, the accursed, who turn from your commands. Relieve me from scorn and contempt, for I do your will. Though princes sit plotting against me, I ponder on your statutes. Your will is my delight. Your statutes are my counselors. My soul lies in the dust. By your word revive me. I declared my ways, and you answered. Teach me your statutes. Make me grasp the way of your precepts, and I will muse on your wonders. My soul pines away with grief. By your word raise me up. Keep me from the way of error, and teach me your law. I have chosen the way of truth, with your decrees before me. I bind myself to do your will. Lord, do not disappoint me. I will run the way of your commands. You give freedom to my heart. Teach me the demands of your statutes, and I will keep them to the end. Train me to observe your law, to keep it with all my heart. Guide me in the path of your commands, for there is my delight. Bend my heart to your will, and not to love of gain. Keep my eyes from what is false. By your word give me life. Keep the promise you have made to the servant who fears you. Keep me from the scorn I dread, for your decrees are good. See, I long for your precepts. Then in your justice give me life. Lord, let your love come upon me, the saving help of your promise, and I shall answer those who taunt me, for I trust in your word. Do not take the word of truth from my mouth, for I trust in your decrees. I shall always keep your law, forever and ever. I shall walk in the path of freedom, for I seek your precepts. I will speak of your will before kings, and not be abashed. Your commands have been my delight. These I have loved. I will worship your commands and love them, and ponder your statutes. Remember your word to your servant, by which you gave me hope. This is my comfort in sorrow, that your promise gives me life. Though the proud may utterly deride me, I keep to your law. I remember your decrees of old, and these, Lord, console me. I am seized with indignation at the wicked, who forsake your law. Your statutes have become my song in the land of exile. I think of your name in the night time, and I keep your law. This has been my blessing, the keeping of your precepts.
My part I have resolved, O Lord, is to obey your word. With all my heart I implore your favour. Show the mercy of your promise. I have pondered over my ways and returned to your will. I made haste and did not delay to obey your commands. Though the nets of the wicked ensnared me, I remembered your law. At midnight I will rise and thank you for your just decrees. I am a friend of all who revere you, who obey your precepts. Lord, your love fills the earth. Teach me your statutes. Lord, you have been good to your servant, according to your word. Teach me discernment and knowledge, for I trust in your commands. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. You are good, and your deeds are good. Teach me your statutes. Though proud men smear me with lies, yet I keep your precepts. Their minds are closed to good, but your law is my delight. It was good for me to be afflicted, to learn your statutes. The law from your mouth means more to me than silver and gold. It was your hands that made me and shaped me. Help me to learn your commands. Your faithful will see me and rejoice, for I trust in your word. Lord, I know that your decrees are right, and that you afflicted me justly. Let your love be ready to console me by your promise to your servant. Let your love come to me, and I shall live, for your law is my delight. Shame the proud who harm me with lies, while I ponder your precepts. Let your faithful turn to me, those who know your will. Let my heart be blameless in your statutes, lest I be ashamed. I yearn for your saving help. I hope in your word. My eyes yearn to see your promise. When will you console me? Though parched and exhausted with waiting, I remember your statutes. How long must your servant suffer? When will you sentence my oppressors? For me, the proud have dug pitfalls against your law. Your commands are all true, then help me when lies oppress me. They almost made an end of me on earth, but I kept your precepts. Because of your love, give me life, and I will do your will. Your word, O Lord, forever, stands firm in the heavens. Your truth lasts from age to age, like the earth you created. By your decree it endures to this day, for all things serve you. Had your law not been my delight, I would have died in my affliction. I will never forget your precepts, for with them you give me life. Save me, for I am yours, since I seek your precepts. Though the wicked lie in wait to destroy me, yet I ponder on your will. I have seen that all perfection has an end, but your command is boundless. Lord, how I love your law. It is ever in my mind. Your command makes me wiser than my foes, for it is mine forever. I have more insight than all who teach me, for I ponder your will. I have more understanding than the old, for I keep your precepts. I turn my feet from evil paths to obey your word. I have not turned away from your decrees. You yourself have taught me. Your promise is sweeter to my taste than honey in the mouth. I gain understanding from your precepts, and so I hate false ways.
Your word is a lamp for my steps and a light for my path. I have sworn and have determined to obey your decrees. Lord, I am deeply afflicted. By your word, give me life. Accept, Lord, the homage of my lips, and teach me your decrees. Though I carry my life in my hands, I remember your law. Though the wicked try to ensnare me, I do not stray from your precepts. Your will is my heritage forever, the joy of my heart. I set myself to carry out your statutes in fullness forever. I have no love for half-hearted men. My love is for your law. You are my shelter, my shield. I hope in your word. Leave me, you who do evil. I will keep God's command. If you uphold me by your promise, I shall live. Let my hopes not be in vain. Sustain me, and I shall be saved, and ever observe your statutes. You spurn all who swerve from your statutes. Their cunning is in vain. You throw away the wicked like dross. So I love your will. I tremble before you in terror. I fear your decrees. I have done what is right and just. Let me not be oppressed. Vouch for the welfare of your servant, lest the proud oppress me. My eyes yearn for your saving help and the promise of your justice. Treat your servant with love and teach me your statutes. I am your servant, make me understand, then I shall know your will. It is time for the Lord to act, for your law has been broken. That is why I love your commands more than finest gold. That is why I rule my life by your precepts. I hate false ways. Your will is wonderful indeed, therefore I obey it. The unfolding of your word gives light and teaches the simple. I open my mouth and I sigh, as I yearn for your commands. Turn and show me your mercy. Show justice to your friends. Let my steps be guided by your promise. Let no evil rule me. Redeem me from man's oppression, and I will keep your precepts. Let your face shine on your servant, and teach me your decrees. Tears stream from my eyes, because your law is disobeyed. Lord, you are just indeed. Your decrees are right. You have imposed your will with justice, and with absolute truth. I am carried away by anger, for my foes forget your word. Your promise is tried in the fire, the delight of your servant. Although I am weak and despised, I remember your precepts. Your justice is eternal justice, and your law is truth. Though anguish and distress have seized me, I delight in your commands. The justice of your will is eternal. If you teach me, I shall live. I call with all my heart, Lord, hear me. I will keep your statutes. I call upon you, save me, and I will do your will. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I hope in your word. My eyes watch through the night to ponder your promise. In your love, hear my voice, O Lord. Give me life by your decrees. Those who harm me unjustly draw near. They are far from your law. But you, O Lord, are close. Your commands are truth. Long have I known that your will is established forever. See my affliction and save me, for I remember your law. Uphold my cause and defend me. By your promise give me life. Salvation is far from the wicked, who are heedless of your statutes. Numberless, Lord, are your mercies. With your decrees give me life. Though my foes and oppressors are countless, I have not swerved it from your will. I look at the faithless with disgust. They ignore your promise. See how I love your precepts. In your mercy give me life. Your word is founded on truth. Your decrees are eternal. Though princes oppress me without cause, I stand in awe of your word. I take delight in your promise, like one who finds a treasure. Lies I hate and detest, but your law is my love. 7 times a day I praise you for your just decrees. The lovers of your law have great peace. They never stumble. I await your saving help, O Lord. I fulfill your commands. My soul obeys your will and loves it dearly. I obey your precepts and your will. All that I do is before you. Lord, let my cry come before you. Teach me by your word. Let my pleading come before you. Save me by your promise. Let my lips proclaim your praise, because you teach me your statutes. Let my tongue sing your promise, for your commands are just. Let your hand be ready to help me, since I have chosen your precepts. Lord, I long for your saving help, and your law is my delight. Give life to my soul, that I may praise you. Let your decrees give me help. I am lost like a sheep. Seek your servant, for I remember your commands.